20 something Stitcher, and it's been a while, a very long while. It's been, I think, like 2 months maybe. I don't know when my last video was, and I made an update video following my last video that I did, and I filmed it, edited it, and every time I tried to upload it onto YouTube, it failed. It just wouldn't work, and I don't know why, but when I finally managed to upload it, at least on private, it had been at the very least 2 months, and there was like a lot of things that now are outdated, and it's like it's pointless to show. There's been a lot of changes. I have new things I want to show because I've started new things. I've got a little bit of a haul now, which I kind of want to show. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with a haul. Then I've got 4, I think, new starts, finishes, and updates and plans, because Stitch Mania is coming up, and I have plans for Stitch Mania that I kind of want to show. So, but we'll get to that later. So going into the haul, I've got here a new tin. Just like as a new storage thing, I've got needles and things in here. And this is like a smaller case for all my needles. Oops. This is a smaller case for all my needles. I've got like this nice little storage thing for my needles, because I keep losing my needles. Like, I'll put them with a project and for some reason they fall off because they're on Needle Minder. But now I'm hoping that I can keep all of my spare needles here. There is like a little magnet here, and they just snap into place. You can keep them all together. So I've got my cross stitch needles, my beading needles all together, so I can keep them together. Then I've got some more beading needles here, just in that packet, and I don't think they'll fit. I've got some needle threaders because sometimes I have trouble threading thread through the needle, although usually I'm a floss slicker. Usually I do that. Like, they're just like a last resort thing if I really can't do it. They are good for whisper though, I've heard, and people have said it's good for whisper, so, and I have some pieces that will use like whisper thread, which I'm not looking forward to, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because I don't need to use it yet. And then I've got my stalk scissors in there as well, because I keep losing my scissors, and it's like I need them to cut my thread, but I keep losing them. It's crazy. So that's that. I actually love this tin, it's so cute. I live literally just around the corner from a craft shop, so usually, like, if I'm really bored, I'll just be like, let's go on a wander, let's go to the craft shop. And I found this little tin, my little tin for sewing things, and I was like, why not? Why not get it? Keep all my things together. So the second thing I've got in my haul is a new pattern. I have Royal Holiday now, or Christmas Queen, whatever you want to call her, but yeah, Royal Holiday. I don't know how I came about with this. Well, I got her off eBay, I can tell you that. I found it on eBay, put down a bid, and I didn't even know I won her until I checked my emails, and this was like, I think 2 days after I had officially won her. That's Royal Holiday. So I now have all the queens and then Christmas. So I have all the seasons and then Christmas. I don't know when I'll start her. I have too many pieces already, and even my dad is telling me to slow down just a bit, so I'm like, maybe I'll wait until I have a piece finished, but I don't know, because a lot of my pieces don't look even close to a finish yet. I was thinking maybe for Christmas in July. I know lots of people do like the whole Christmas in July thing, so I was like thinking maybe I'll start her for Christmas in July. So yeah, that's a possibility. I've got one more thing as part of my haul to show you. I got myself a Kindle Fire for Pattern Keeper. And you're probably thinking, all the pieces that you have don't use Pattern Keeper. Well, Heaven and Earth Designs, I believe they had a sale. And I was like, well, let's splurge. I already have Mini Princess of the Sea. I've been wanting to start that pattern, and I started it ages ago. I think I started it in January. I think I did it in Uneven Weave 1/1 4 crosses, and I didn't have Pattern Keeper then. I just used like a paper copy. I just printed it out and used a paper copy, and I couldn't follow it. So I was like, okay, we have a lot of old Android tablets. I can just recycle, use one of them, and use that exclusively for Pattern Keeper. And I found my old Android tablet I had from a while ago, before I got my iPad, and it wouldn't work. The screen is cracked, and I don't even know how it cracked. Like, the screen cracked, and the screen isn't working properly when I tried to use like Pattern Keeper on it. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll look for a new tablet instead, just something cheap, something that could use Pattern Keeper. And also, like, with the old tablet that I had, it was too big to use. It did have a stand and everything, but I'm like, it's too big to be used for that one thing. So I went and I looked to get a Kindle Fire, and these are really cheap, like for the small ones anyway. So I went ahead and got the small one. I don't think it's got much memory either, but that doesn't matter. It's literally only for one thing. I do use it for reading as well, because I've got a couple of books that I can read, so I can read on this as well, which is really nice. So I got my workaround. I got Google Play, because like, you need to do a certain number of things. You need to download some files in order to get like Google Play and everything. So I could download Pattern Keeper. So I was able to download Pattern Keeper. There it is. I've got 3 patterns on there. That's the one I got in sale, Treasure Hunt. And this one I got ages ago, I think a previous sale from ages ago. And then I've got this one. This one's from Etsy. I was pretty surprised I could get that on Pattern Keeper as well. I did have to put the colours in manually, but it's able to work on this, so I don't need to use the printout version either. It's actually easier to find than having like a printout copy and like putting it somewhere, because I'll lose it. I won't lose this though. So yeah, I will. So I've already like had a go with this, so it's been really useful so far. I've loved seeing like how many stitches I've done. It's just been really useful. So going on from that, I have some. I'm going to show my finishes first. There's one finish that I did when I went home for about a month for reasons. I went home, and when I went home I only took 2 pieces with me. I didn't want to, obviously I can't take 8 pieces. I have 8 pieces in total, maybe more. I think I have 9, but I took 2 pieces home with me. I took home Spring Queen and Mother's Bliss, mainly because they were at the time the 2 pieces I have that are like at least the most along. So I was like, take them both. They both have some time, and Spring Queen is a focus piece at the moment because it's the furthest along out of all my Mirabilias at the moment. And Mother's Bliss, she was also furthest along as well, and she was a family piece, so she needed to be finished. I finished Mother's Bliss. You've probably seen it on my Facebook. I showed you it all finished and framed because my nan wanted to frame it for herself, which is fine. So I handed it over to her and she had it all framed, and I'm gonna put the picture up here as well. So I finished her on the 9th, I think. I know the day I finished her was the day that Prince Philip died. So the second finish I have is here, because I haven't framed her yet. Is my sea fairy. I don't know if I've shown her on my Instagram, but I still have her here because I need to get her framed. So at the moment she's just laying in limbo until I can find the right frame. I haven't found the right frame yet. Where I used to work had a photo frame shop, but I don't work there anymore. I left because uni work was getting too much, so I had to leave. That's a whole different story. So I am thinking of going and travelling there just to see if they have a frame that would work. Because I'm not too sure. Like, I want to put it like behind glass. So I'm not really one to put things with beads behind glass. Like the other two pieces I did for family were not put behind glass. I've done 2 other letter fairies. And they were both framed like without glass, so you could see like all the beads and all their sparkle. But I'm not sure because this is going to someone who's younger. My little sister, she's 8, so I'm not sure. But she is absolutely pretty. She doesn't have many beads though. And as you can see, I decided to not do the background. I did have a little bit of the background done, just like in this little corner here, and I didn't like it. I was like, I can't stitch all this. I have better things to do than stitch a background. So I took off the background. I can't remember when I finished this. I think I finished this, I think I finished it before Christmas, although I don't remember. I still need to post this on my Instagram, so there's an update. But yeah, she's finished just laying in limbo until I can get her framed, and then hopefully she will be given to my sister and put in her room somewhere. So I have a new start to show you. I got this pattern from a lovely lady on Instagram who said that she had it and she wanted to give it away, and she was lovely and kind. She gave it to me. So this is the second piece I got from someone off the internet. My first was Autumn Queen. I got her, although I got this one for free as opposed to Autumn Queen. I paid for her, but I ended up getting Snow Queen. I did talk about like wanting her, and I was like, maybe I'll just like, I can get it off Shannon Christine Designs because she designed this, so I would be able to get her there. But instead I got her, she was from the World of Cross, is it? The World of Cross Stitch magazine. So that's her. And I really wanted to know about like what fabric to use. I was like, maybe I'll just get some like plain blue even weave or linen or something, because I do like doing my cross stitching on linen and things. But then I found, after like looking around on like Side Needlecraft, I found this beautiful blue fabric from Fabric Flare. Yes, it's from Fabric Flare. As you can see, there's some hoop marks because I used a hoop on this because it's not very big. And you probably can't see it, but it's like hand-dyed Ada. I did want some linen, but like some even weave or something, but when I saw how beautiful this fabric was, I was like, this is perfect, I will use this. My first hand-dyed fabric, really. And that's kind of like a new fancy lady for me. So the colours are pretty, and the fabric just fits perfectly. It's nice using like Ada every once in a while, just saves my eyes a little bit because I'm not having to count like 2 threads along every time, so it's easier to count. I think people will understand what I'm talking about if they've done 2 over 2. Yeah. So I started in the middle around here, I just worked up, and like I'm slowly just doing like the bits as I come. I did these little ruffles, and I did the cry neck as well, so I've got the cry neck and the beads already, and I did the bodice, and set to do the white in her shawl, and I might go and do the other colours before I go up and do her face and her arms. Not much to look at there, but I'm loving how we're getting like a basic shape already. Like I feel like with a Mirabilia it takes ages before you actually see something with it, because this is so big. This is tiny compared to that. But yeah, I absolutely love the fabric. It's Bermuda from Fabric Flair, that's what it's called, and it's 14 count Aida. And it's actually really nice, something to get away from like using linen, and just it's lovely. I'm in love with it. So my second start I have here, there's not much going with this because I kind of like, I started it, then I went home for 2 weeks, so there's not really much going for it. But I've started Isla Nublar, which I showed you on Pattern Keeper. Let me I'll bring up a bigger version of it. That's what it looks like from Country Magic Stitch. I know Sarah and the Stitch Mummy's doing one from the same seller, but it's a Star Wars one. This is Jurassic Park, and it's for my brother. My brother is a massive fan of Jurassic Park, and he has a pet gecko called Delta from Jurassic World, so this is perfect for him. So this is like the start. I started in the middle with this one because I was like, then I can easily do the dinosaur, which looks like the exciting bit. This is 2/1 half stitches, just because it makes it easier, and you can get a lot done with just one strand. So this is like around where the dinosaur is. This is like, I don't know if you can see, but this is his neck, and I think this piece is a bit too big because I cut out like a size and was like, this will do, and just went from the middle. So when I do like the dinosaur, I eventually want to work up, see if I can find the top of the pattern. I don't think it'll be very big anyway, because it's over 1, so it'll be tiny. So that's a full coverage, and I said before I don't think full coverage is for me. Now that I've got Pattern Keeper, I think it's going to be something where I'm gonna fall in love with it. I have another. My next start is another full coverage. It's here. Let me just bring up the. I'll bring up the PDF for it so I can show the picture. It's a Heaven and Earth design. Officially the first one that I'll be stuck with. Got a needle minder. I'm keeping it on the Q-snap because it's massive. So this is. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you. It's an Amy Stewart, the Treasure Hunt bookshelf. Let me see if I can show you. There it is. The Treasure Hunt bookshelf. That's what the picture looks like. Don't know if you can see. A bit of a glare there. I love Amy Stewart patterns. Like, I've seen like the Stitching Shelf or Stitching Time, and I loved like the Treasure Hunt and Once Upon a Fairy Tale, although I liked this one a little bit more because it looked a lot more colourful, and there's fantasy creatures and there's books. I love reading. So, and with the fantasy things in this as well, it just worked so well. So this is on 28 count even weave. It's actually off-white because it's a DMC one. It says it's like it's same colours like 3865 I think it is. So it's not fully white, but it's off-white. Like these bits of fabric that I've been using to make the Q-snap clamp on easier, this is white. Like you can kind of see the difference here. This is like white, and then this is the off-white. So yeah, this is the top. I started in the top, and I just like would focus on like this 1 10x10 square, fill it in, and then finish my string by just feathering it out. so, which I'm really enjoying. Like, you can't see much yet, there's not really much to go by yet, but I know at the top, like, this is like the very, like, where the cloud is, there's a cloud along the top, and I know, like, this is like where a leaf is, which at some point I really do want to get a green out and work down along the face. This is all the first page at the moment, so that's really fun, and it's 2/1 half stitches as well, which again, it's just easier. So I started this yesterday, and I think I got about 500 half stitches, which would be about 250. I think there's more. I think it said on Pattern Keeper about 686. I don't know what that's in half stitches. I don't know what that would be like in full stitches. But yeah, that's how many I did yesterday. So it's fun. I'm loving it so far. I think Pattern Keeper's just making it easier for me. So yeah, I'm loving it. So yeah, it's gonna be huge. Like, this is all the excess fabric. Look at that. That's how big it's gonna be. I think I measured it right to bit. So that's that. So pieces I do want to update on, but these pieces I want to update on, they're all my Mirabilias, and my plans for Stitch Mania is to do. I and ahed about what to do with Stitch Mania. I was like, I'll start 2 full coverage pieces, and I can do them along with the Wheel of Fortune with full coverage fanatics. Now that I've got more full coverage, I can actually take part in some of the things that they do. I was like, I can take part now. Woohoo! And then I was like, but I do love my Mirabilias. I really do. So I was like, maybe I'll do Mirabilia Mania along with Sarah the Stitch Mummy, which is what she's doing. And I sat down, I had a look, and I counted all the Mirabilias that I have on the go right now. At the moment I have 5, and I'm adding a 6th one. I've got the pattern here so I can talk about it. I mentioned before that I wanted to do Mother's Bliss again, so saying I've got the pattern, I just need the fabric. I did show, I don't know if I showed you, but I said I wanted to do it on cream fabric, which is what my Villa Mirabilia pattern's on. And I started it, didn't like it, the reds just didn't look right. So I'm getting the same antique ivory, which is what my Nan's Mother's Bliss is on, and I will be doing this for my cousin. She's got 2 kids of her own, so I'm going to be doing it again, but I'm going to be changing the dress to red, and I don't know about the ribbons yet, but I want to change them to gold. And the baby, I don't know if I'll keep the same, but I'm wanting to give it some gold accents to go with the ribbons, so the bonnet will stay white, but instead of having greys, it's going to have some golds instead. And and I might change the baby blanket that it's wrapped in as well. Everything else, like the skin and the hair, will stay the same. The edge of the apron will stay the same. I thought about giving that some gold accents too, like, because this is just fabric. I was thinking like maybe I could do change this to gold instead, just to give it like an accent, but I don't think so. Maybe not. I might just keep it grey. I think it'll look better when it's grey, but I wanted to change it red because my cousin, when she got married, she didn't wear a white dress, she wore a red dress, so it would be perfect for her. So I will be starting this for Mania. My cousin's birthday is the 2nd of October, so the 2nd of every month I will pull this out and give it like a few days. So I was like, I'll start this first. I'm giving this 5 days. All my pieces will get 5 days apart from Spring Queen. She'll be getting 6 at the end. So I'm thinking, while I'm here, I will show you all the Mirabilias that I want to work on and update you as well. So it's kind of like a twofer. you're getting too far. My plans for Stitch Mania and an update. So I just need to buy the fabric for her, and I have like colours. Like I was thinking, like I looked at her. She's got some reds and golds, so I can use this kind of as as like a starting point. So I know, so I can use like the red she has in her jacket, and then like just the golds that she has in her dress. It will just be the same. So this is going to be helpful. So we're going to look at all my memorabilia and update them as well. So the first one I have written down, obviously I'll be starting Mother's Bliss first for my cousin, so my second Mother's Bliss. What I have after that is Villa Memorabilia, because I'm going to put all my queens together. So I was like, the second one I have, which is not a queen, is Villa Memorabilia. Here she is. I don't know what I did last time. I do have a picture somewhere, so I will show you. So I think in the last video, I just had her skin finished. Now I've been working in the purple in her dress, and I did a bit of pink as well, and just started on some pink and brought it down into her ribbons. Now I haven't touched this because I've been away, so I haven't brought it out. I would like to though, although I'm not one to do my beading as I go, because obviously I don't stitch in hand, although I would like to start, just like maybe give it a chance. I would like to do the beads in her as well, maybe if I can finish all the colours up here, maybe I'll start some of the beading and do like the back stitching as well. Like I could do the back stitching in her arm and things, but I will need to do like the stitching of the dress around here. So but yeah, I love the colours of her so much, and that's like, I don't know, like maybe that's my plan. Maybe I'll just like, when I pull her out for Stitch Mania, I'll work in the I'll just keep working on the colours and bring them down into the dress. But I could also come up and work a little bit more on the bush. I did one colour up here. Okay, I had to stop because my iPad ran out of space again. But hey, I'm going with it. So I was showing you Villa Memorabilia. I explained what I wanted to do. I said I could either work in her, get the colours filled in, or I can go up and do more of this. I have her plugged in for the 6th of May. She'll get 5 days. So she'll get a pretty good decent time. She'll get decent amount of time, so we'll see what we can get done in those 5 days. Just close her up. So next, this is a start. I don't think I showed you her last time. So for the 11th, she's fine. For the 11th of May, I have Winter Queen. This is Winter Queen. Let me show you her. Here she is. This is Winter Queen. I have her plugged in for the 16th, and this is the start of that. So I started in the middle, and I'm just working my way up. So hopefully, I think my goal for this, with the 5 days that I've got her, is to work up and start her face. Maybe get some skin, start some skin. Maybe I'll reach that goal in those 5 days. Just see. Because sometimes I stall from doing the face, and it's like I want to work on their pretty dresses, and I do want to see their faces because like their faces are so pretty. But then I think I get stalled because I get stalled because I like seeing the pretty colours in the ladies' dresses. And 16th I have Autumn Queen. And bring her out. I don't know what I did since last time. I think I finished her skin last time because I haven't had much work on her as well. Like her face is done and backstitched, and I backstitched her shoulder as well. I love to backstitch their faces, so the first thing I like to do to backstitch is to backstitch places. So yeah, her face is done, and there's a bit of a hair up here. And I finished her skin as well. I think I finished that since last time as well. So all the skin up here is done, a hand down here is done. So I think the goal for the 5 days is to finish her hair, and then when her hair is done I can go down into her dress, which I'd like to do. Then on the 21st I have Summer Queen. I think I showed her in the last video. So she's... Oh, I never mentioned that... I think I heard it in a video before, but I'll say it again. Autumn Queen and Winter Queen are both on... Autumn and Winter are both on white linen, and Summer Queen, she's on antique white, because it's a warmer colour, so it looks a little bit nicer. That's my Summer Queen start. Well, that's kind of like an update for Summer Queen. I started in the middle and worked up, and I think the goal for that is just to at least get more of the dress done and get closer to her face, so we can see her face. So that's on the 21st, and that's the goal for the 5 days. And so that's Summer Queen. I think out of like all the queens, my favourite is Spring. I think that's why I started her first and I got everything for her first. I do have some beads for Autumn and some for Winter. But sometimes like the shops I use, for some reason they just don't have them in stock, like those specific beads, and I'm like, really? I need to get their beads. So, and the final Mirabilia she's booked in for 6 because she's the Mirabilia that's like the furthest along and she's a focus, so I've given her an extra day in May, is Spring Queen. And she has had a lot done since I last showed her because I took her home, so she's had like a lot of time to be worked on, and that's why I finished Mother's Bliss as well. She had some time, Mother's Bliss had some time, they basically just had some personal time. So there's a lot with her, she's so far along. So yeah, as you can see, she's just got her face, and I love just how she looks so smug, because she's a queen. God, it feels so high and mighty, right? So her flowers are done, which I love, and I'm tempted. I'm not one to do my beading until the end, but I am tempted to just bead and bead her face. But I either use a hoop or a Q-snap to do the stitching. Although, like I keep saying, I want to do stitching in hand because I bead in hand and I love beading in hand. It's just so much easier. But like I'm tempted to do the beading in her hair, just in her face. Maybe I'll do that for one day and then just work on stitching, keep going down. So since I think I last showed you, I think I finished like her flowers. I just keep working on the colours. I want to fill in some of the leaves in her dress. and I kind of do want to come down and do the darker colours as well. But I think the one thing I will do is the leaves in her dress. And yeah, I think that's like what I really want to do. I also did the metallic bit in her medallion as well, just a little bit, because it's light effects and I hate it. It's awful to stitch with. I absolutely hate it. But yeah, obviously I've given the 6 stitches. She's a focus piece, and I would love to finish her this year. She's on Antique White, like Summer Queen, because I thought my 2 warmer queens would look nice on warmer fabric, and they do. It's nice to have them on like just some natural looking fabric, as well as like the hand-dyed fabric. The hand-dyed fabric looks pretty, I've got to say. So yeah, that's all my Mirabilias that I have. I have so many. I have more Mirabilias than like full coverage, but I'm trying to stop myself from getting more. I really am, because I have so many pieces and just I want to work on all of them, and I got so many pieces. That's crazy. That's pretty much everything. I've shown you everything. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I filmed it in 2 parts, and like there are lots of times where I had to stop and look at my phone because my friend is messaging me. Completely fine. Just need to speak to her. But other than that, I think that's everything. Quite a few things we talked about. Got everything. I think I've showed you everything. If I've missed anything, then I've got to show you again, haven't I? But that's everything, and I will see you in another video. Bye.